All right, good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's a weird way to start off that, but it is fucking early for this movie. We got the earliest showing on Saturday. Hopefully it's not super crowded, but I'm pretty sure that it is. And what are we seeing today? Probably what everybody's fucking seeing this weekend, which is Avengers Infinity War or Endgame. See, it's too fucking early. I can't fucking think. So, thoughts, real fast. It's been 22 films, or 21 films. This is the 22nd film in this Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've missed one. If you saw all of them, it's 44 hours of fucking movie watching. But it's over a long period of time. It's not like you watched them all side by side, back and forth, and everything like that. It's really that you've spent a lot of time, and then this is the ultimatum of everything that they've done with this first generation of Avengers, first generation of superheroes, and we'll have to see what happens and what comes out of everything. Is somebody going to die that's major? Probably. I mean, they say that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Captain America, but we'll have to see what is going on when it comes down to everything. Maybe it's Iron Man. Maybe it's both of them. They both, get back together and they do it. Or who knows, maybe it's the Hulk. But, the Hulk hasn't had his own movie in quite some time, I think. So, it's not since the Edward Norton version of the Hulk that everybody seems to forget. That's also a part of the cinematic universe. So, my expectations is just to have a good time. I don't want to be like, this is the best thing. Honestly, Infinity War is probably one of my favorite movies out of this whole franchise. And I made sure that I watched it again. I know it's kind of dorky, but it's still really, really entertaining. And I just love the way the characters interact. The Russo brothers, honestly, to me, they're a great directing, writing team. And I can't wait to see what they do outside of the Marvel Universe after this. I really want them to do something special. It's like James Gunn, man. Slither is one of my favorite, horror comedies out there. And then when he got attached to Guardians of the Galaxy, I was really excited because it was James Gunn. I will probably see anything the Russo brothers do, and I really hope that they're able to do something spectacular after this, because The Winter Soldier, and I believe they also did Civil War and Infinity War are some of my favorite Marvel movies. Not just because it's Marvel, but the way the films are done, it's highly entertaining. It's really well written, and it's well directed. I mean, it's two people, and it doesn't feel really disjointed. Kind of like early Wachowski brothers type of thing. But I don't know if I can call them brothers anymore. The Wachowski siblings. So I'm looking forward to this. It should be a fun time. And I've managed to avoid spoilers this far. And I will say this right here. We're going to try to make this as spoiler-free as possible. I will say that again probably when I sit with Pat, and it might be a little bit of a longer video than we're used to doing. So we will see you later after Avengers is done. As you can see, we're here so early that the mall hasn't even opened up yet. Stores are still closed. And we're going downstairs. I think the theater actually opens up at 9, which is in 10 minutes or so. But everybody's waiting down there. Oh, look, those people down there. Cleaning person. Walking up. See all the other people patiently waiting for the theater to open too. A's jersey over there. Oh, hey.
Hey,
what's up?
I'm ready for this shit. Let's do this.
It's a little early.
I know. You're still locked up. But I'm still going to get me some popcorn, son, because it's motherfucking Avengers Endgame.
Well, because it's popcorn, too.
Oh, yeah.
Movie popcorn's always better. So, quick thoughts before you finish up.
I'm happy it's going to be 3 hours because it's going to be a fucking end-all battle royale, I'm hoping. And,
God, spoiler alert.
I'm hoping. But, I mean, of course there's going to be fights. I mean, come on. I'm interested to see when the Dragon Balls are going to show up. And
when the Chaos Gems are also going to show up, too?
Chaos Emeralds, yeah. But yeah, no, I'm big juice. I'm excited. I'm also on pins and needles to see what's going to happen with these characters, because
Yeah, we know somebody's going to go.
You don't know that.
They've said it.
Well, thank you for ruining it for me. Thank you. I told you I stayed away from everything.
Oh, that's true. Oh, I'm sorry.
What a fucking get there.
Hey, everybody. Let me adjust this a little bit.
Oh, we don't have to use the lights.
We don't have to use lights. We don't have to do anything. And we are now back after seeing Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
So,
my voice is a little out, by the way.
yeah, a little out. He was yelling, "Bitches unite!"
No spoilers.
No spoilers. So we're gonna. If there's gonna be anything, it'll be very, very minor. It might be. Maybe
Won't be for me.
It'll be a time frame, but it won't be. We're not gonna explain anything what went on, because I really don't want to spoil anything, any major things that happen with it. And it's really hard to. It's really hard to, because there's things that I really want to talk about, and there's things that I really want to say, and things that I really want to go through. But in general, do you think, the first question, of course, is this a satisfying conclusion to 22 films? This whole buildup of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I wish some things had gone differently, but I don't know. I'm teeter-tottering on that question, because yes, I feel like there was some satisfaction, but then again, there's a teeny bit of a bad taste in my mouth, if that makes sense.
Just because they're changing things from the storyline, or is it because that they decided to go in a specific direction? I know it's hard to say without spoilers or anything like that.
Part of the direction, and like I said, which we were talking about before we started, which I'm not going to say because obviously it'll be a spoiler.
No.
But kind of how they ended with some, the way they ended with the characters, how, and everything. So
the resolutions, the story.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. So, but overall I enjoyed it. Honestly, the beginning part of what they were trying to do, I think, was dragged out a little too long. And I wish as much as I did like the final fight scene, which was an all-out war, which I wanted, I wish that was extended a little bit more. And then they focused on characters, certain battle scenes. I wish they would have done that a little bit more. I think they could have done that a little bit better. In the sense of highlighting certain characters' abilities and what they're going to do.
I can see where you come from in terms of that. I felt that it was satisfying. I think everything from where they started with Iron Man, because I think that's officially our starting point, to how everything ended. I think that it all brought back together. Everything was mixed. I liked what they did to get to that point. You're right in the beginning, when the resolution from the last film, from Infinity War to this, and what's going on with the world and how everybody's coping with it, those things, I think took too long. I agree with you. That this movie has a 3 hour and 1 minute runtime. You could have made a 2 hour and 31 minute runtime. I think that thing, it just took way too long.
Well, and one thing I feel like I would have, it might have been kind of out of the blue, but the fact that Marvel puts everything together.
Yep.
When the final fight scene happens and heroes show up, I wish they would and this might just be a bit of a fanboy thing, but I wish, because the Marvel Netflix shows and stuff are all connected.
You wish Daredevil showed up?
Daredevil, Luke Cage, why not, right?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they could have all showed up.
Yeah, it's all connected. You know what I mean? This right here would have been a good time for Coulson to be reappeared into the main MCU, because he's still alive, obviously, and through Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why not have Coulson show up, like at the end when they're showing everybody that he should have, like when Nick Fury walked up, because obviously we know that things people are going to be coming back, because let's face the fact, Spider-Man has a movie coming out in July, so we know this. He's back. Doctor Strange 2 has been announced. Black Panther 2, like these movies have been announced.
There's a lot of stuff that's been announced.
Things were going to be reversed.
There's just one person character that's shown at the end of the film. I have no idea who he is.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was weird.
I have to kind of dig into that one.
And I'm probably going to look at spoilers and figure out at that point, because now that I've seen the film, I can go spoilerific. I don't give a shit. Go wherever, see whatever I want to see.
But like I said, like when they showed Nick Fury stand there, that would have been great to have Coulson standing there too.
Oh yeah, him just come out because it completes another storyline, and there was a lot of really cool things that kind of got there. There was one thing that Cap said that in the beginning of the movie, that at the end of the movie it's completely opposite to what he was saying, which I was that kind of irked me. But again, no spoilers to say exactly what it was. But I do think that it was a satisfying conclusion. I think that everything led up to the fight was really good. The what we guess you would say the second half. The third act of the movie is the big battle with Thanos. Okay, that's if and or but whatever. You know it's going to happen. But the middle act, I think, could have actually used a little more time in everybody's scenarios, because I felt that like one or two of the scenarios was super quick, and everybody got all the main Avengers kind of got their screen time to do what they needed to do, with the exception of one, in my mind. I'm not going to say who that is. You'll just see the film and go through it.
I don't want to, like I said, try not to do no spoilers, but
it's so
I
hard.
just have to say this right now. Hulk is a bitch in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there was any redemption from the last one where he didn't want to come out and fight. I feel like they really, I mean, what they do in the movie, okay, it happens in the comics and everything, but it might be partially because I really do not like Mark Ruffalo? Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner and Hulk. I don't
really
like him as it.
I really wish it worked out with Edward Norton, and because he was such a good Bruce Banner, and Hulk is the Hulk. Like, what the fuck is the Hulk gonna really do when he's CGI Hulk? Not much, but Hulk gonna do what Hulk gonna do.
But even at that final battle, you really didn't see. I was trying to think. Like, did you remember seeing actually a
He didn't do much. No, the final battle was really up to a couple other Avengers.
Yeah.
And it was fine, but he kind of did something. I don't know.
Something just popped in my head. We'll have to talk about it after.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just popped in my head.
It's so hard. Believe me, it's so hard, because I want to just go through and be like, yeah, well, there was this, and there was that, and there was this, and everything. And honestly, I think that in the beginning, I was a little stilted by the dialogue and the way the acting was going. I was like, oh, this seems really fucking, like, kind of cheesy, kind of whatever. And then as it slowly built itself, and it slowly built the world that had been created by Thanos at the end of Infinity War, it slowly got better. But it took so long to get to that point, and I can see where people might be turned off and be like, oh, the best thing that possibly only saw was at the end of the damn movie. But I feel like there was so much that was being built around it to get you to that point, and to get so hyped when it's just an all-out freaking... And honestly, I'm not gonna front about this. At the start of that, like, my eyes got so wide, I was so smiling, but there was like basically a tear that was coming to my eye, and I'm like, I can't believe that I'm getting so emotional over a superhero movie. But everything was so well planned and so well worked out that I had this like moment of like this rush of excitement when you start seeing everything just come together, and you're already amazed by in my mind, well, I was already amazed, I should say, by the point that you get to that point, and all of a sudden then it's like, boom, here starts the real final battle. And but there's so many different moments that happened in it, and especially, one of the bigger moments at the end of the film.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, it's been a crazy ride since the beginning of Iron Man. And I just, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we know they're going to continue with these newer heroes and everything. Well, not newer, but you know what I mean, like the newer ones that they brought in towards the end.
You've got a couple of films that are going to be, like you said, Spider-Man: Homecoming's on its way. No, we got Guardians of the Far From Home. Sorry. Then you got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 also on its way. Which I don't know how this changes Volume 3. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Well, you saw James Gunn was part of it, so I mean, he makes sure he writes all this stuff in. So.
And I think that's one thing that's been great about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that even though everybody is different writers, there's different writers for every film, they all follow a specific guideline. Like, look, you have to lead to this, and this is what this is about, and we're going to go on from here, and we're going to do this, and like the Russo brothers, like I said, kind of in my little intro thing on the video, I really feel like they live in this world so well, and they know exactly how to get what they need out of these actors. And honestly, there was a trailer for one of their films that's going to be coming up with, what's the guy's name? I always forget. Black Panther himself.
Oh, I don't know. I know the name of this movie, I know the name,
but I can't really say it. But he's got one that's 21 Bridges. That it's going to be
Black Panther.
Yeah, the main guy.
T'Challa.
Yeah. He's
we are going to need the bridges shut down.
But it looks great. I
Yeah,
think that it
really
looks
good.
really fun. And I'm like, when I saw that the Russo brothers, and I even said before, you weren't here at that point, I said, I probably will go see anything that those two do from now on. I'm probably going to go see that fucking movie because I saw
Yeah,
it.
it
And I was
looks
just
good.
like,
It looks
it looks
really good.
pretty damn good. Even if there's like, oh, we've got the guy that plays Black Panther as part of this movie. We got a Marvel guy in here.
Yeah, he's like,
But he's got fucking Keith Richards too, man.
Yeah, and in the
Not
movie,
Keith Richards. Keith Davidson. Keith Richards, yeah. He's
in
gonna
the-
come out and play his guitar.
Yeah.
Pretend to be a pirate.
Yeah, yeah. In the movie, in the trailer, too, he was like, "New York forever."
Yeah. So it's definitely a wild ride. I can see where maybe some people might be, like I said, might be a little bit negative about it.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it.
It's not. I don't have a huge negativity towards it. I wish some things. I mean, and everybody like who watches these movies, especially if you have invested in a certain character or something, you're kind of like, or you've been following the comics, or whatever. You're kind of like, I don't want to see that kind of an end for this particular character or something.
Yeah.
But, I hate Gwyneth Paltrow, by the way.
Oh, I know you hate Gwyneth Paltrow. You hated seeing her every time she popped up on the screen. That bitch!
Well, when they showed her the first time, I was like, "Oh, she made it."
Oh, she didn't get snapped. God damn it. We all knew she didn't get snapped. Come on. That was something. Oh, sorry, spoiler.
Must be those stones she stuffs up her vagina and sells to people for
sells to people over there
$5,000
from her goop. Creating more goop in there. Yeah, it's one of those things. And, there's.
I mean, the character, Gwyneth Paltrow in general. Like, I don't mind her movies and stuff like that, but the character and what they've done with her in
Pepper
these series is driving me fucking nuts ever since Iron Man 3, and I won't go there.
No, we won't go there.
If I can assemble the Dragon Balls, I got one right here. See, if I can all I need is 6 more, and I'm gonna assemble them and just make Iron Man 3 never happen.
You can get loaded on sugar when you have those balls too.
Well,
but
put them in your mouth.
I like that it definitely brought everything around. Everything came full circle. You had all the nods to every single film, even the way the film did itself. The fact that we got
a lot of I mean, true fans would catch a lot of that stuff, like the on your left, or what I mean. Like, I mean, did you catch that when Sam said that? Cap on your left, and then okay. So like right away, I caught that. That was from the second Captain America movie, and then like other things that people have said. It was hints to what was said or done in the other movies.
Fucking love Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd,
the man. But this is the first film, I will say, that I feel he showed his age a little bit. I'm like, every other film, he looks like he's fucking in his 20s. This one, and I have a feeling it's because of the setting. Like, he's still magical Paul Rudd and still looks really young, but he looked a little forlorn, but I really enjoyed it.
I think it was partially because it was supposed to be stressed for being inside the quantum realm.
Quantum realm for so long.
Even though for him, like he said, it wasn't that long.
He's like, it's 5 hours.
Yeah. But still the stress of knowing that, what the fuck's going on.
And I was trying to, when they were going around in that scene, there was a bunch of names that were written on things. I was trying to look at the names and see if anything came out.
I didn't catch any yet. I'll have to watch it.
I didn't see any,
slower.
That's not really a spoiler, I'd say. There's like a memorial with names that people got snapped. So it's, he was, and I was just trying to see if there was something. I liked Stan Lee's little cameo, his last cameo that they had in it. And man, that hits home too. The fact that you got this is the end of this run of the Marvel Universe stuff, and this is the last Marvel cameo he's gonna have. Well, can't do anymore, right?
Unless they CGI posters or something.
Yeah, unless they do something, or they like put him.
What I mean?
They put him in the background somewhere, like they did in Into the Spider-Verse, and supposedly there was a lot more cameos that they actually had that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
And then he's going to show up in that Jason Mewes movie, I think, that he's directing. And that's like the last one. I think that's it. But there's, I don't know. It's also the first, is that, I don't, maybe I won't say that. I'll strike that. There was something I was going to say, but I can say it at the end to Pat. But I don't know. Is there anything else that you can think about that you can say without spoiling the rest of it for everybody watching or listening?
Don't worry about the after credits.
That's what I didn't want to spoil.
Oh, well, I didn't want people to wait.
That's true. That's what I was thinking. I was like, do
It's
I
not
want to
really a
spoil, not
spoil.
spoil it? So there's a middle credits thing that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, it's not a spoiler because it's all I'm saying is there's nothing after credits. There's been something after every Marvel movie. But
This is the first one.
Yeah,
because this currently doesn't lead into anything.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know. We don't know if it's going to lead
Or
into
it's gonna
more,
go from here,
or what's it going to do. Or I think Far From Home is kind of the start of the next, like, line of things. So,
yeah.
and all these kids, it's fucking wonderful to see all these kids excited about going to see this movie too.
Yeah.
Like there's some kids that are going, she's like dancing up and jogging over there. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. And for some of these kids, they may not have been around when Iron Man was out or old enough.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's nuts, right?
Fuck.
This is going to be some type of cinematic thing. This whole line of Marvel movies, there's going to be a generation that's going to experience them for the first time. But like we never necessarily experienced any of the Star Wars films in the first trilogy in the theater. They are going to experience the same thing. Like, is it going to come up that all of a sudden you're going to get it years later on and, oh, we're going to do it's a midnight screening of the Avengers movies. We're going to do all three, you know,
Yeah.
or all four.
Kind of like how they're doing the Batman movies.
Kind of like, yeah, they're doing Batman. They're bringing Batman back with Fathom Events. I think next month, right?
Yep.
I think it's next month.
I think
They're
it
doing all
starts
four.
on the next Saturday, the
first
4th.
That's
we should see all of them, man. They're classics.
Fuck Forever and fuck Batman and Robin.
Come on, he's gonna be nice to see you.
It's ice to see.
I know I fucked it up. He's gonna be.
You better
ice
use that
to
Dragon
see
Ball
you.
to fucking reset things. I'm gonna have to get some Infinity Stones up in here.
Shamron, I call you. What is your wish? I wish I had reverse that footage. Okay. Edit.
So let's just get right to the last thing. There, you know, maybe later on we can do a little bit of spoilers after it's been out for a while, but this is the first weekend. I don't want to do anything about it. And what would you rate the film in your like? Well, before we do that, now that you've seen all 22 of these Marvel movies, what is your top 5?
Man, talk about throwing shit on the spot.
I know we need a little extra content.
No, we don't.
Plus, it's fucking hot in this car.
Winter Soldier's got to be up there.
Uh huh.
Ant-Man, Guardians, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a top 5, but like,
It's
you know,
hard.
shit just moves around, you know, so much with this shit. Infinity Wars is up there. I mean, I'm still processing this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to throw it in there. You know what I mean? Like, but the final scene was the shit.
I think I'll give you a chance to think because I kind of know what
Okay,
mine
go
is.
ahead.
Okay, so no particular order. Top 5: Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one,
Mm-hmm.
the original Iron Man, very first Iron Man movie. Because I never thought that I would see an Iron Man movie, and I never thought it was going to be any good. After every Marvel movie that we got beforehand, things like Punisher and Daredevil and all this other stuff.
First of all,
I like the Punisher.
Punisher,
but
except for the end of it.
Fucking John Travolta's a shitty fucking villain. Okay? It ruins that movie. There's that whole fight in the fucking, in his apartment that's badass.
With the Russian.
With the Russian. That's
Kevin Nash.
fucking badass. And Thomas Jane should be the fucking Punisher still. But that's another thing for another time. So, original Iron Man, Captain America, Winter Soldier. I really love that film. Civil War is a good film, but I would place down. And then I think both of these. Both Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. They fit into it. It barely sleeks out Captain America Civil War for me. Mm-hmm. I really like that film. Winter Soldier is my favorite of the Captain America branded films. But it's beknownst to, you know, it's 3 of my top 5 are all Russo brothers Marvel movies.
Yeah.
But I like Guardians 2 a lot as well. But that first
It
one was
not as good as
something.
the first one, yeah.
It was something that, again, just like the first Iron Man, something I didn't expect to be that good, and it was that good.
Mm-hmm.
So you think of your 5th?
Civil War.
Civil War.
I gotta go to the two of the Cap movies for sure. I mean, because the first one was good too. Don't get me wrong.
I like the first one too, but it's a top 10er. It's not. A top
and there's nothing
5er.
against Thor or any. I mean, those are all up there too. It's just if you're going to say, it's hard. It's hard in this universe. 22 movies. It's just say 5.
It is.
So
well, I just wanted to do a quick 5 for what it was.
yeah, thank you.
Throw it
another grill. But...
Yeah, that's right. Put you on a griddle and it's warm in here. So what would you then rank or rate this movie in our rating system?
I'm gonna go 4.5 Infinity Stones out of 5, because the reason why it gets the half is because I wish the more of the action would have been in there. It happened at the end. With that fight scene could have been a little bit longer, and then they dragged out a little bit of them trying to do what they did to make everything happen in the final act. So if they could have shortened that up and add a little bit more of the fight scenes, then yes, I would gave it a straight 5 out of 5. That's the only thing that kind of knocks it for me. And then, well, which I can't talk about.
There's things that we can't talk about, but
yeah.
Even for the flaws that Pat is talking about, because we kind of feel very similar on this film, I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 American butts, because that's a damn American butt. But I absolutely love this film. I really felt that, and maybe because it had that everything's fucking connected, especially the way that it ended, that I don't want to talk about, which just how everything went. I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was okay. So my phone overheated at the end of the damn thing. It's back, finally back, but we'll see. So it's
it was Ace. It looked like it was all black, like a line.
It's not Ace, but Zach.
Oh, whatever.
So anyway, we were saying that I don't know where the last end of the video cut off.
You were giving your.
I said I gave it 5 out of 5 American butts.
Yeah.
And just saying that I really enjoyed the film. I think that it's a great end to the Marvel Universe. And
like I said, yes and no, but we can't talk about it.
I feel like it is, but we can't talk about it. You're right. So with all that being said, I will put, Pat, go ahead and plug yourself for the things. There's other stuff I'll put on the other end.
Okay. Well, for my paranormal stuff is Paranormal Pat, Paranormal Pativity Podcast. You can find me on Instagram, IG, TV, and Twitter at Paranormal Pat 64, and you can always email me at paranormalpativity64@gmail.com.
Yep, and as always, you can find Terrible Terror Podcast all over the place as well. And this is going to be a mix, because this the audio from this is on the It Be Like That feed for today, for the episode that we've got coming out today, because I felt it was just easier for us to do this and talk about Infinity War after we've seen it. And so because we love superhero movies, and superhero movies aren't just for kids.
Nope.
So
and look out for the new Avengers movies with Lord Zed.
Yes, Lord Zed's coming out. He's truly evil because he's number 666 on his collectors up there on the side. So, all right. Well, with that being said, I guess that's it.
Peace, bitches.
See you later.